smells horribly. I'm gonna horribly scream.
I die.
Where are my P3s at? I couldn't hear that. Yeah, all right. I'm not doing music today. But if I can make everyone in here laugh, then my time will be well spent. So that is my goal. Many of us here are either in pharmacy school or have been at one point. So you will be able to relate well with the comedic stylings I'm about to use. If you've ever watched the comedy of Jeff Foxworthy, then this should be eerily familiar. Without further ado, if you ever had to explain to your friends or family that no, becoming a pharmacist does require more than a 2-year degree, and yes, I will prefer that you call me doctor when I'm done, yet you receive that disbelieving look that so much school is needed just to put pills in a vial. You might be a pharmacy student. If you have ever thought to yourself, at least twice in a given week, oh boy, I think I might have that disease state. So you've been there. All right. But you might be a pharmacy student. Scary times. I don't know how I'm going to get through some of this. If you start telling someone about something that you found scientifically intriguing, but you stop yourself mid-sentence because you realize that they don't have a clue about what you're talking about, and an explanation would be too time-consuming, and they still probably wouldn't get it anyway, you might be a pharmacy student. If you go to a party where you don't even partake in the ingestion of alcoholic beverages, and yet you're the first one to pass out from sheer exhaustion, that guy's a pharmacy student. I love you, Josh. You're a celebrity. If you've ever had to use an incredibly tastelessly constructed mnemonic in order to recall the names of all the tertiary drug information references, you might be a pharmacy student. By the way, I burned them. There's no evidence now. If you've ever walked out of an exam and stumbled into a mob, wanting to discuss exam answers, which instills doubt and frustration in you until you want to shake them all by the shoulders and scream at the top of your lungs until fine droplets of spittle pelt them into the face, you might be a pharmacy student. If you become envious of friends who have time for luxurious things like vacations, massages,
Taking a shower?
watching movies, bathing or shaving, you might be a pharmacy student. If you crash the functions of organizations that you don't even belong to just to get free food, yeah, you might be a pharmacy student. I caught that time, but usually... If you've ever opened up Gradebook on eCollege following an examination and been so disappointed by what you saw that you have to fight back the urge to drop kick your laptop, You might be a pharmacy student.
Been there.
Some of you can relate to this. If you've ever been tempted to perform a witch hunt to figure out who the mole was who prevented that exam that no one feels prepared for from being pushed back to a more reasonable time, you might be a pharmacy student, a frustrated one at that. It'll be okay, folks, it will. If you've shown up on the first couple days of a rotation and wondered, what have I gotten myself into? You might be a pharmacy student. Day 2 is better. If you have ever worn purple before a presentation in a pathetic and transparent effort to impress the dean, which failed miserably,